So here we go with the main event of the night. No knees to the head of a grounded opponent. 10-point must system based on aggression and control. This is the heavyweight championship bout. Blagoy Ivanov, Josh Copeland, scheduled for 5 rounds.
Well, Copeland didn't look like he was certain that Blagoy was going to touch the gloves there, did he?
Oh, yeah. He both came out.
Copeland noticeably smaller, which I personally like this fight, guys. I like when a heavyweight is lighter than the other guy. He moves quicker, his endurance is better, and he can get to his target a little bit faster.
Oh, yeah. These guys are looking to establish distance right now. Looking to set up feints.
All right, Chael, if you're in the corner of the cuddly bear, Josh Copeland, what do you want to do here early in rounds 1 or round 2?
Establish myself and get my respect early. I want to engage. Let's not forget, just because Copeland chose to kickbox in his last contest, he is a college wrestler from UNC, former teammates with Justin Gaethje, who's cornering him tonight. Use that wrestling.
And David, for the champion, Blagoy Ivanov, what does he need to do early on to make sure his belt does not leave Bulgaria?
I mean, I think that he's doing a good job right now, just being patient, just looking to establish the distance. I think that the bombs are going to start to come. Right now, he's just looking to get comfortable right now, and he's going to start probably throwing that lead hand pretty soon to set up the rear left hand.
Respect shown early on in this one. It's scheduled for 5 rounds, and it's Blagoy Ivanov that decides to push the pace just a little bit. No one wants to get caught early, and a one-shot first round end, so we're going to take this one real slow for the big fellas.
Copeland's reactions look good. He's quick. I realize we haven't engaged yet, but we're still seeing some fast twitch muscles here. The downside for Copeland is so far he has been reactionary.
Copeland gets in, gets out. You see the big left cocked and ready to go for Ivanov.
Came over the top with a big left hand right there. Ooh, that was a train wreck right there.
Yep.
Copeland took it.
Yes, he did. He was right there to answer back.
You got to realize when these two come together, that's more than 500 pounds colliding in the center of the decagon.
Copeland touched the target there. It was the chest, but he did make contact.
Finding the range, getting comfortable.
Inside, and a big gash on the right side of the forehead of Blagoy Ivanov. Whether that was on an unintentional headbutt or a punch, he's got an issue now with blood on the right side of his forehead.
Copeland's starting to realize he's got the speed advantage here. He's starting to realize he can lead this dance. He doesn't have to just be reactionary.
Yep, and he's starting to press forward too.
That's a pretty substantial cut. The good news is it's off to the right-hand side, so you see the blood trickling down. It's not going right into the eye of Ivanov. That is a plus for him, but that is going to be something his corner's going to have to get attention to right away, and he's still got 2 minutes to go here in round number 1.
Definitely a good point right there. It's off to the side, the right side of the head. Can't just run in like that.
Wow.
Copeland
there to
fires
answer.
back.
Yep, he's there to answer back. These guys are swinging heavy leather out there tonight.
Again, Copeland engaging Ivanov.
Blagoy very calm. He knows that blood's coming down. He's still fighting his fight. He's standing his ground. He's taking his shots when he needs them. I just think it's Copeland that might get a little bit more relaxed as time goes on.
Taylor David, do you ever have a situation where you get cut early on like this? Does it motivate you? Does it put you in a possible panicky anxiety mode?
I mean, you just got to stay, you got to follow the game plan and do what you're doing and keep in the fight. That's a part of it. You don't want to let that make you lose distraction.
Copeland has taken some very hard shots here, guys, and he's absorbed them. I don't think he's going to get hit any harder later in this contest than he's already been hit, and he's proven that he's got the chin to take these shots.
Referee Big Dan Mergliata keeping a close eye on the cut on the right side of the forehead of Blagoy Ivanov. As they come into contact with each other, you see the blood's getting smeared.
Definitely.
And Ivanov getting it into his eyes, and that would be the situation that a fight could possibly be stopped.
What we're seeing right here is a situation where Copeland is just like accepted the violence of the situation, and now he's just starting to stalk the champion and come forward, and he's really letting his hands go. You can see his confidence building. The demeanor of his fighting style is starting to shift right now. He's pressing the fight. He's got the champion up against the fence right now.
The amount of blood you shed has never been a determining factor of how or if you win a fight. But right now, it's got to give Josh Copeland a little bit of confidence as he moves forward and said, I've cut the champion early on. As he has survived the first round and the cleanup will begin. We'll have the second round when we return after this.
Stop.
Hey, Doc. Let him work on it, but you got to check that out.
Both fighters look like they've already been in a 5-round bout, and we're just 1 round complete. Blagoy Ivanov taking the worst of it on the right side of his forehead, opening up a gash early in round number 1. This one again scheduled for 5 with a heavyweight belt on the line. Ivanov is your champion. Josh Copeland also sustaining a cut under his right eye. So the cut men in each corner earning their money here early at WSOF 31.
Guys, there is a substantial amount of Vaseline put on Blagoy's cut. It did stop the bleeding. That amount of Vaseline would not be allowed by most commissions. That is very substantial and can rub onto the bodies and start to create a greasing effect. But it has stopped the bleeding.
So the majority of the attention was paid to the Ivanov corner, but for more on the Copeland corner, we check in with Joey.
Todd, the advice from the Copeland corner was filled with passion and intensity. Coach Jake Ramos told Copeland, you go out there, you let your hands go, you get off, you go first. And lightweight champ Justin Gaethje chimed in saying, you're ready to go 25 minutes to death if need be.
And that's exactly what it might take, because Blagoy Ivanov sustaining some serious damage early on. Takes another straight left from Copeland. And David, I think Copeland's doing a great job. He's not getting greedy. He's not getting in there trying to go for the whole thing at once. He's going to get his points and get out because he respects Ivanov because he can do just this.
Exactly. He's trying to chip away at the champ right now. The champ's doing a real good job blitzing forward. But Copeland, again, once again, being patient.
And Chael, that aforementioned petroleum product now seems to have disappeared from the forehead of Ivanov.
Yeah, it got wiped away in the blood. Great shot there by Copeland. He digs to the body. Copeland needs to stay in the fire here. He's very worried about keeping himself out of danger. At some point, he's going to have to put himself in danger.
You just come in there with a big flurry. That's
right.
That's correct, Chael.
He has the speed advantage. But every time Ivanov gives him a reaction, Copeland jumps.
My boxing coach, Leonard Wilson, calls it catching and pitching.
As Joey reported, Justin Gaethje in the corner of Josh Copeland, a fellow teammate. Legion wrestling both of them, and wow.
Look at that. These guys are going after it tonight.
Copeland has shown he was the man for this job. A lot of people thought, well, is he ready? Ray Seppo said he was.
Straight down the middle with that left hand. Beautiful shots. Now these guys are letting it go.
But look at that. Copeland can take.
And he comes right back.
He can take his biggest shots. This night is not going to get any worse for Copeland. The worst is over, and he's absorbed it.
That's correct.
And don't think for a moment, guys, that Blagoy doesn't know that. That can also be a little bit demoralizing if you're the offensive man and your best strikes don't put the man down.
Yeah. Big Dan Mergliata is going to take a look at this. Both men have cut, but Blagoy Ivanov has got the worst of it. The big issue, guys, is the safety of the fighter. Now, it's not necessarily the cut that's put him in danger, obviously. It's the blood going into his eyes.
That's right. There's got to be an acceptable level of Vaseline that can be used. Every commission has that. I don't believe what we saw last time was acceptable. My guess is that was slipped past the commission. The relevance, if an acceptable amount of Vaseline cannot stop the cut, this contest could be stopped.
And you see...
Now, this is always confusing. The doctor has called the referee over for the referee's opinion. It is solely the discretion of the doctor, and the referee's opinion should not be taken into account.
Dan Mergliata is a lot of things. A doctor, he is not.
He's the doctor. He's telling you, if he goes in your eye, I got to stop the fight. All right? Okay.
It sounds as though the doctor said, I will give it one more try, but if it goes into her eye again, I will stop the contest. Those are the words of Dan Mergliata.
And Dan just looked at that cut once again and shook his head, so this could be very brief for Blagoy Ivanov if he can't finish this thing. And
big shots right there. Now he's going to...
The big Bulgarian is just chasing
He's hungry
Copeland.
for it now. Look at him throwing those big leather right there.
This is smart.
Staying in the pocket.
Copeland knows he just needs to
It's on
survive.
here tonight.
Excellent
Excellent job by Copeland. Excellent survival. And Copeland hits that cut again.
He does not want to give his belt away because of a cut on his forehead.
No, he doesn't. He's hungry. He wants to go for it and finish it.
Copeland sees the target, gentlemen. He just landed a big left hand right on that cut. One more could end this contest if enough damage hasn't already been done.
Good heavens, this is just the second round scheduled for 5.
After the comeback that Jason High just gave us, I refuse to make a prediction early.
Looks like he's trying to come back with the pull counter right there.
Look, it's in his eye. It's as simple as that.
Copeland strikes again.
It's in his
Switching
eye.
back and forth from the left to the right. Southpaw to conventional.
Mergliati is close. He's getting close to stopping it.
He's going to stop this.
It's not in the eye yet. It's not in the eye. Beautiful exchange right there. Big heavyweight action. You don't even see this in heavyweight boxing.
Another shot by Copeland. Blagoy does not want this title to go.
No.
He is doing everything he can. He's fighting like a true champion. But I don't know that he can deal with this blood. And even as their heads touch right here, that's going to open the cut.
And it's got even worse as he uses the crew cut of Josh Copeland to try to get some of that blood out of his eye.
50 seconds in the round, and Blagoy will be able to go to a cut man who can apply a little bit more Vaseline. Slow that down a little bit. Copeland needs to know.
Do you think Dan Mergliati is looking at the cut itself, or is he looking whether Blagoy's eyes are being impeded by the flow?
The eyes.
He's just looking straight at the eyes.
I think that's right. Mergliati, I heard him say it. I don't know if our audience could pick it up with the mics. He said if it goes in your eyes, I have to stop the contest. That's the direction
and look
of the
at that.
doctor.
You see the blood trickling down. It is going just to the outside of the brow.
On the
just
outside.
on the side. So right now,
and it's not affecting Blagoy's vision right now.
as gruesome as it may look, the fight goes on under 10 seconds here in round number 2. An amazing job by Blagoy Ivanov to seize momentum of this fight, and he will see a third round.
Good stuff with these guys.
Copeland touched it again.
It's running down the side. He's losing a lot of blood. You check him out. It is running down the side of his face, though. That's why.
Of the third round, Blagoy Ivanov. The bottom of your screen is the reigning champion, Justin Gaethje, also a champion in the corner of Josh Copeland. What a round 2 with a stoppage for the blood check and everything as we check in with Joey Varner.
Well, Todd, there was not too much advice in the corner of Ivanov. It was all the doctor advising his coaches that if the blood continues to trickle in his eye, he will be forced to stop the fight. So the majority of their corner's attention was focused on stopping that blood, sealing the cut, and getting him ready to come out this next round and keep on fighting.
And I'll tell you, fellas, if that cut was a couple centimeters to the left, it's going right into his eye. Where it is now, it's trickling just off the right-hand side and hitting his eyebrow and then going closer towards his ear. So he's in good shape there. Certainly will need stitches after this fight, but right now all he cares about is keeping his belt.
And you know, guys,
and he lands a good left straight right there. And another one. He doubles
in
on
trouble.
Comes back with the right hand. Look at these guys. Both these guys coming back.
Guys, we focused in that last round in fairness so much on the cut. We failed to say Blagoy won that round. He got off the better shots. We just had a moment of drama there. Blagoy is the busier fighter. He is landing more strikes, but Copeland is doing just enough to stay in here and prove he is the right #1 contender for this job.
Oh, yeah, and you see these big heavyweights right there, and they're in shape right now. They're coming after it. The months in preparation and conditioning, look at these guys.
No panic in the corner of Blagoy Ivanov as reported by Joey Varner. I'm surprised they didn't tell him end this thing fast. The longer this goes, the more it's got to weigh in the favor of Josh Copeland for a possible stoppage because of the blood in the eye.
Each man here trying to impose damage in their will on the other. Landing big shots on each other throughout the duration of this fight.
The main event of the night at WSOF 31, certainly living up to its billing right now, is Blagoy Ivanov, the champion, trying to hold on for dear life. He's been controlling the fight, but right now the blood is working against him. Pace slowing down here as we approach the halfway point of round number 3. Guys, it would be an absolute miracle, wouldn't you agree, for this thing to go the full 5?
Definitely. Copeland's going to try to keep his hands up right now. because Blagoy is looking to throw that left hand straight down the middle, so he's got to start keeping his hands up a little bit. Good fencing jab with the right hand right there.
Blagoy, a couple of hard shots, bounces off Copeland's iron chin. Copeland's got to get those hands up. He survived those shots early, but a lot of that's because he did have good defense coming in. If those hands are down, Blagoy does have the power to end this contest. Good shot by Copeland on the break. Another couple of good shots by the Cuddly Bear.
Both the men are looking to take their head off the center, right? That was right good right there. That was by Blagoy looking for 𝗟𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘 to off-balance his opponent and then follow up with some strikes.
Well, I tell you what, Josh Copeland is one tough individual.
Good 1-2 down the middle.
Copeland needs to break this tight clinch. There, the blood's getting in the eyes. There's no way around it. It's starting to come down. Ivanov had to wipe it away.
It doesn't seem very sportsmanlike.
Nice right there. Good time right
Ivanov.
there. Good time.
And the Cuddly Bear scrambles to his feet.
Outstanding. As fatigued as he is, he popped right back up to his feet.
That took a lot out of him right there, though, guys.
That is some slippery plasma out there in the middle on the Alienware logo.
A little out of Ivanov, though, as well, champ.
Oh, yeah.
Ivanov's now backing up for the first time in 20 minutes.
Fellas, with 40 seconds to go in round number 3, and I was going to say it doesn't seem very sportsmanlike, but if you're Copeland, do you target the cut on his forehead?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Good of you guys to think about it for a second.
It's a fist fight.
And this is more like a train wreck right here as these guys keep jamming each other with big shots right here. And you see the sweat bouncing off each other's heads.
I am stunned at how bad both guys want it.
We are on our way to a 4th round here at WSOF 31. We'll have that when we return. Currently on at Foxwoods Resort Casino, the main event of the night. Heavyweight champion Blagoy Ivanov in a complete scrap with Josh Copeland. The issue, the cut on the forehead of Ivanov, but it continues to go down the side, the blood that is in the side, and that is a determining factor as it has been stopped so far once by referee Dan Mergliotti. If the blood goes in his eyes, they will stop the fight as we check in with Joey Varner.
Todd, the advice from the Copeland corner was less technical and more inspirational. They said, Josh, it's 10 minutes for the rest of your life. Go out there, take the belt from him, and walk away a champion tonight. You have all the tools needed. You just got to let your hands go and pull the trigger.
We will see if he responds. Across the way, there was a very motivated Bulgarian in the way of Blagoy Ivanov.
It's interesting because every time Copeland lands a punch, it looks like he's looking to see the result of it. He just needs to just keep firing.
Exactly. He's got to start putting some punches together. He's very worried about defense. I don't think he realizes how good his offense has been tonight. There's a perfect example. Stay in that pocket and keep firing. That's what Blagoy has been doing to him.
Chael, blood aside, who's winning this fight in your book?
Blagoy is winning this fight. We're having some major drama here because of the blood, and we've showed a little too much excitement to it, perhaps. Blagoy is winning this contest.
Champ, you agree?
That is correct. You're starting to see Blagoy add some leg kicks right there. He's got to get his head off the line, though. He's starting to get popped right there.
A couple of great shots there by Copeland.
He can't get his feet stuck in the mud. He's got to get his head off the line. Every time he fires, he's got to move his head. Expect something to come back. There you go.
So after 2 straight rights from Josh Copeland, Blagoy Ivanov now, as Copeland misses with the undercut.
Copeland is really starting to connect in this round. He's putting some combos together. He just needs a little more output. And I imagine fatigue is a real thing. These guys are hiding it well. They're standing here doing their job. But it's got to be kicking in as they're approaching the 20-minute mark at the conclusion of this round.
David, how much is training different as you prepare for a 5-round title fight as opposed to just 3?
Oh, you just get used to it after a while. My body's acclimated to it now, but it's real hard. It's a lot tougher than the 3-round fight, okay, especially if it's like this. These guys are just going after, it's a very physical fight. And to do that for 5 rounds, these guys are heavyweights. They're ready halfway through the 4th. These guys are in shape and ready to go. They trained really hard for this fight, and it shows.
Both men content to come forward, exchange one jab, one punch, and then back out. They've expended a lot of energy, especially in that 2nd round, as Ivanov thought it might be stopped and his belt taken away. He burst it on, but you see Copeland, even when he gets tagged, he seems to be able to fire back a left and connect to the side of the head of Ivanov.
And it's amazing, Chael. We see like Copeland have these moments of activity where he does fire, and then he's successful. And then he just stops. You know, he needs to just continue that work rate.
Yeah, absolutely. He's losing this fight, guys, but not by a lot. He could start stealing a couple of rounds here. He just needs a little more output. There's the back punch.
And Ivanov has found an opening. Copeland rocked for a moment, back up against the cage, and Ivanov comes forward.
You see him lock the hands up. Maybe he's looking for a throw.
Oh,
nice
he's
knee.
watch those knees. It's a couple of tie clinches that Ivanov's had there. First time he actually threw a knee. Now here's where Copeland can see some opportunity. Again, I do believe fatigue is a factor here, but if it were not, tactically, he's got to step in and let those hands go, does Copeland.
Coming up on a minute to go in round number 4. Both men not backing down at all, and it's Blagoy Ivanov inflicting more damage to Josh Copeland, who will just not go down. The cuddly bear.
He's got to stop doing that right there. He's got to keep in good position. I know that's one way to avoid punishment, but when you turn your back, you don't see what's coming.
Oh, he knows what's coming. That Bulgarian nightmare coming to knock his block off. Final 30 seconds of round 4.
Go, fight.
More often than not, what you see with big guys is you see like the bursts.
Body shot there by Copeland.
Hey, I need a guy for the win right now.
𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘 calm before the storm. Has a little bit of controlled chaos there as they work on both fighters. They try to clean the cage. And it all comes down to this. 1 round for the belt, and both of them just staring each other down.
Final round.
What a scene here at Fox
Let's
News.
go. Final round.
Here we go. This is it. The final in the 5th. Good body shot right there. Straight left downstairs by Copeland. Answered back with a left head kick by Blagoy.
Wow. Copeland pays the price for that as he drops his head, and Ivanov fires off 2 big shots.
That's the worst Copeland's been hurt so far in this fight. His legs buckled a little. He's already recovered. But that was the worst of it thus far.
And does he have some chin?
Both of these guys have absolutely taken some wicked shots throughout these 4 rounds as we enter the 5th. And guys, when we were in the 2nd and both these guys were already a bit of a mess, it looked like they'd been in a 10-round fight. They thought there was no chance we're getting to 5. And here we are with 4 minutes remaining for a belt.
A little bit of dirty boxing on the inside right now.
Copeland, great job
pushing
with
up
the head
against the
control. He can keep his head right in his opponent's jaw. He can control the position. Even if he needs to catch his breath, this is an opportunity to do it.
You see Blagoy circle off the fence.
Watch your head.
The head was clean there. The referee warned there was no head butting. It was just a placement.
Copeland continues to come forward. Blagoy Ivanov almost looking across like, are you kidding me, dude? When are you going to go down?
This has just been like an amazing fight between two heavyweights right here. Champion Blagoy Ivanov against Josh Copeland.
And this is usually not what a fan favorite fight is about. The two big fellas get in there, but this has been some kind of entertaining. I gotta say, I appreciate the fortitude of both these guys. Neither one of them giving an inch. Fans on their feet in the Grand Theater here at Foxwoods. The conclusion of WSOF 31, the main event with Blagoy Ivanov.
Oh yeah.
Trying to keep the belt in his corner, and Josh Copeland, the challenger, looking to spring the upset.
I don't think the cut has any relevance now, gentlemen. I don't think under any condition will they stop it in the fifth round. I think they will just let that go. So Copeland, who is behind as I see it, is going to need to find a finish here.
This is amazing.
He's got
Again
2 minutes to get it done.
leg kick. These guys got chins made of elevator steel.
Copeland now coming
up
forward.
right there. Now he's coming forward with the shots.
Oh, he tied him up. Again, champ, I think that's fatigue. He should not have tied him up. Those shots were working.
Oh, Harai Ghost right there. Off the overhook throw. Nice. Blagoy Ivanov landing in side control position. Right off the throw from the fence. Beautiful Harai Ghost. That's that judo background.
Copeland's got to get
coming
to
in
the
the plate.
underhook. He's letting Ivanov have the underhook.
It's one of the moves that we teach at my school right there. Lands in good position. Copeland's got to try to circle back up to his feet.
And Ivanov not just trying to survive and keep his belt, he wants to finish.
Oh yeah, he's hungry for it.
1 minute to go.
Watch the back of the head, watch the back of the head. Watch the back of the head, thank you.
Blagoy Ivanov lets him up. He decided he wanted to finish this on his feet, and Copeland's marching forward.
And they're coming, they're bringing it. Look at the crowd come alive.
For the final 10 seconds, everyone enjoy.
Holy shit, oh,
At the conclusion of WSOF 31, we set it inside now. The official decision in 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗢𝗚.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for these warriors tonight. After 5 championship rounds, we come to your judges' scorecards. Judge Sue Senators scores at 49-46. 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗢𝗚 scores at 49-46. And Dave Torelli scores at 48-47 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, the World Series of Fighting Heavyweight Champion of the World,